Oh my God. So I've had this guy in London reach out to me who's an artist out of the blue. He kind of reached out to me a few days ago, but I basically wrote him, you know, you're full of shit, I don't believe you. But now he's telling me some like really wild stuff that Ghislaine and Jeffrey like drugged him apparently like that weekend in March 2001, and like how he woke up. Anyway, all this stuff is crazy. And then he sends me a video of he's talking in the video and he's showing me this photo album, and it's like one of the royal photo albums that Ghislaine and Jeffrey had like somehow got their hands on and like given it to him as some kind of bribe for like keeping quiet. Ghislaine had commissioned him to do a couple pictures of her, and she'd had sex with him as well. That's crazy. He knows about the photo being fake. He said that they actually gave him a fake photo of that photo and stuck Jeffrey's head on as a joke. I mean, it sounds so fucking insane. And he said that that original picture where they took Prince Andrew's head, it was just like a Google image picture of like him and Sarah Ferguson, but then Jeffrey got Bill Gates to erase it off Google so you couldn't find it anymore. Basically, yeah, Ghislaine was totally in on the photo then with Virginia. Fuck, man, this is insane. Like, they have the same fucking controllers, but then they're fighting each other at the same time, which is fucking crazy. Hey, I mean, yeah, like when this guy first reached out to me and he sends me like this random photo, which is like the fake photo, but with Jeffrey's head on, and I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, please, no more jokes and stuff. And then I was like, look, I don't believe you. And then he just was like, right, well, I have a, you know, I want to tell my story. I've, you know, thought someone was going to kill me. And then he goes on to how they fabricated the photo, but they made one with Jeffrey's head on that image, like as a joke, and like gave it to him. And Ghislaine basically commissioned him to do these 3 portraits of her, like kind of like giving birth to Terramar, but like one of the paintings was like her on the cross. She wanted some kind of Jewish something or other. I have to look in my notes, but like basically her on the cross, which was referencing something to her dad. And this guy said, you know, when he, you know, he was heavily drugged, and when he sort of came out of being drugged, he tried to go to the police station, and the police station wouldn't listen to him. They thought he was just like some homeless guy that was on drugs. Video that he sent me is really, you know, it is the royal photo album. There's also some other things as like some other like personal items with the Queen Elizabeth's crest on it that they apparently gave him as to kind of keep him quiet. And then he's also got some photos of like some other presidents and stuff they gave him. Yeah, he met her basically in the park. He was in an art gallery, so he doesn't know. She followed him from there and then introduced herself as a different name, basically, and then told him that she wanted like the Terramar thing. She wanted to be giving birth to Terramar. And she apparently just sort of disappeared. And then I don't think he heard from her again after that. Basically didn't know who they were until he saw the case for the Epstein and Ghislaine like on the news. He didn't know it was her because she'd given him a fake name.
So, what does this guy want? Does he want to help? Is he blackmailing and extorting? Is he being cooperative? What does he want out of all of this? Is he willing to help us? Does he want to expose himself, go public? What's he telling you? Is he giving you his identity? I just curious if he's going to try to demand money or some shit, or if he just wants to help expose the problem.
I didn't realize she was a Christmas baby. I don't know why I thought she was born in March, but that makes sense. She wanted to be on the fucking cross. I'll send you a screenshot from the video that he shared with me about her on the cross. Can't let anyone know though, like you just tell Canada, but no one else. Don't mention it on any of your social medias or anything like that. Because, you know, I need this guy to keep telling me stuff. And it sort of sounds fucking real, doesn't it? Basically, Jeffrey and Ghislaine were behind that picture with Virginia. That is why I have to be very careful what I say to Alan, because he's obviously Ghislaine's friend and was Jeffrey's lawyer. So that's why I haven't said anything about Tansy yet. I have to approach it in a very, very subtle way at some point. I really feel sick about all of this right now to my stomach. I really do. Oh my God. And I've been emailing backwards and forwards with the guy on the complaints desk at the Daily Mail, basically saying, you know, how, you know, they've been changing my words around and everything. So they're going to be on best behavior from now. But I went off on them. I got to the right department and I kind of put my complaints about the last two writers, you know, saying how they try to switch my words around, and I gave them all the points on Saint-Tropez, and I said I spoke to the owner of Nikki Beach. It wasn't open till June, July 2002, and how Virginia's memoir completely contradicts that, and all of that, and I was not the one in the wrong. I've had this guy emailing me all day about this. So yeah, I'm walking my dog now, taking a breather. Is like, you know, like the stuff he's telling me is so out there, like, you know, oh yeah, you're fucking crazy with this story. So it's, yeah, it is. It's some kind of, yeah, it is a responsibility of trying to get these real stories out there. But the stuff he sent me, I mean, he did like a video of him like with the photo album with the crested stuff from Queen Elizabeth and explained it. It's like, oh my God. Like, how is that? That they apparently gave him a photo, a copy of that fake photo with Jeffrey's head where Andrew's head would be. Why the fuck would they do that? Why would they give him that? It doesn't make any sense. It's just so twisted. Bit about him going into the police station and then them not believing him, like I can totally like imagine that. It's just like a lot of these girls, right? The police just doesn't believe because the story is so way out there. I said to Daily Mail, I said, look, I think it's much better that we work together and I can feed them stories than rather trying to discredit me and twist everything. Oh my God, so he said he woke up having his pubic hair shaved when he was drugged. So I said I didn't know like what her preferences were like that, but that sounds kind of could be true, huh? It seems true because they seem to always prey on artists. That seems to be like a main thing as well. This is the 9th of March 2001 when Virginia was there. This all happened the same weekend that the photo, you know, that they came up with the fake photo thing. Basically said, you know, he met her in the park. They ended up, she wanted to get him to do some paintings of her. She took him back to Kennington Street. He had 2 vodkas. They had sex, and then he just passed out. And then he vaguely remembers like waking up to go to the bathroom, and then he's got another injection in his arm. Yeah, I mean, it just validates everything that Canada's been saying. You know what I mean? It's the same kind of stuff, like completely about the drugging.
And it completely corroborates the screenshots Canada has of confronting Virginia and her blocking back in response. So again, what is this organization doing other than hiding predators?
He told her all this stuff, right, with what he's been telling me about the drugging and everything. Fuck, it's so bad. Yeah, I just did a little roundup of the story for Melissa, and then I said, well, the drugging, this kind of ties in with exactly what Canada's been saying.